Nets and edges, 3 of them in the first point, but it's Wang Manyu to prevail. Manyu Jayo, says the fan.
Such a great get from Manyu there. The ball that clipped the edge of the table. She still managed to get it across.
Well, now, wide angle. Wingspan definitely favors Wang Manyu. Neither of these players are short, but Wang Manyu, the taller of the two, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, and to pass her on that extreme forehand, not easy at all. But look at that angle. Ball veering away from Manyu's forehand. So side spin on the ball.
You know, the quality of rally tends to get better and better as the match goes on. I feel like there are a lot of nerves at the start that sort of settle in and melt away as things go on.
Oh, absolutely. There has to be nerves in this final match. I mean, so much to play for both these players.
Good heavy push here, loaded with spin. Now, on the Chinese racket setup that both of these women have, the forehand, the black rubber, tends to be tackier, a bit stickier. So slower in near the table, a little heavier to carry. But good generation of spin there from inside the table by Chen Meng.
Let 1-3.
Good shovel serve here, light top spin to go with the side spin, keeps it deceptive, Wang Manyu.
The backhand open from Chen Meng there, just missing the edge of the table. It was a good shot though, so she's going to try and attack as soon as she can.
I think this is one of those shots that as they get looser and as the match goes on, we're going to see a bit more firepower, speed, and more balls kept in play. Ooh, Chen Meng fan club getting a little shy after a good shout. You're on TV. Screenshot that. New profile picture. Towel breaks allowed every 6 points, but players back here now.
Let 3-all.
Not quite sure what that was. Sometimes could be a technical difficulty or maybe a ball kid getting back into place, but everything's been quite seamless so far. Good pressure here. Chen Meng working Manyu back behind the table, clearing off some space and then taking it off the bounce for the win.
Manyu was always going to be in trouble when she backed away from the table. She was trying that extravagant backhand, but Chen Meng was in complete control and a clinical finish in that rally. She wins 3 points in a row and one more serve to come at 4-3.
So a bit of momentum here. Ma Lin in the corner, watching. A lot of the coaching staff from China here. Was able to see Xiao Zhan working with Wang Manyu in the practice hall just before this. And Ma Lin working with Chen Meng. So when he watches, he'll be watching her game very closely. There's a strong relationship between player and coach. It's almost like the coach is living vicariously through his player and out there with her despite sitting back in the stands. Well, how does she find that? With GPS on this ball or what? Because she was behind the table by quite a bit and Wang Manyu seemed to be in position, but Chen Meng manages to find the corner of the table with heavy side spin just out of reach.
Yeah, an excellent shot. First, a recovery from the extreme forehand where she was at full stretch, and then 2 consecutive forehand top spins to win the point.
This is a lot of work for 1 point. Wang Manyu with inside-out parallel forehands twice, just covering, reacting, and trying to keep Chen Meng off the offensive.
Excellent rally by both the players, using the full width of the table, and so many forehand topspins by Manyu. The last one, I think Chen Meng just tried to take the ball early.
Now Manyu controlling the corners here, sending Chen Meng on the run.
What anticipation by Manyu. The first cross-court forehand topspin by Chen Meng was played very well. But she just anticipated so well to play the block. Not only controlled the block, but also played it with quite a bit of speed.
So out of the second towel break, 2 points between them. Wang Manyu looking to get back in this, serving at 5-7. Well, that's the most we've heard from Wang Manyu in any rally in a long time. You can imagine how much strength it took to get the upper body out of the way to create that shot. Watch her covering the middle here. Yeah. The forehand, that's incredible.
Yeah, and taking it off her body, she had to really lean out of the way to make some room for herself, and that's when the grunt came out. 3 consecutive points for Manyu.
And the streak continues. 4 in a row from down 3-7. Now I start to think to myself, Chen Meng dominated Wang Manyu 10 matches in a row. Wang Manyu felt like she just couldn't figure it out, but she won their last encounter, and it was a major title. I mean, after all, Chen Meng has so many titles, but World Championships, it's a big one.
Yeah.
8-7.
It was in the semi-finals of the World Championships at Houston that Wang Manyu came out on top. Just misjudging the serve a little bit. It was deep, but she could have played the forehand topspin, just missed it. It was very close to the edge of the table.
To be as good as Chen Meng is and not be the world champion yet, Wang Manyu snuck in at just the right time and earned it. Solid defense from the start. Chen Meng brings it back at the baseline. And you can see the fans in the crowd from Wang Manyu. I think we saw some Wang Manyu out there. But look at this. That's a low counter with the backhand. Now getting farther away from the table, there's going to be a little bit of wiggle. They're keeping the room cool so that the players have all the traction they need in the spin. That's a very gutsy setup. That touch shot dropped short to the forehand of Wang Manyu.
Yeah, she got the return that she wanted, but just not able to play that forehand topspin. Manyu forced to play the deep push.
9-8.
Second serve here, chance to set up 2 game points. Big point here is Chen Meng is going to earn the serve back at level score at the third towel break.
And again, Manyu was shaping up to play the forehand topspin and then changed her mind at the very last second, played the deep shot instead. But this time, Chen Meng plays the backhand topspin, which wins her the point.
Nine all.
Bit of a bottle challenge serve here. Change of placement on the pendulum. Chen Meng is going to keep it uncomfortable for Wang Manyu however she can. Gets a passive ball in the middle here, but not able to attack for the third ball. Just a quality deep push and being in position. The threat waiting. So now game point for Chen Meng to take the first in this best of 7. best point of game one is the final point of game one, and Chen Meng has made a statement here in the first. It's going to be a long road to get 4 games against Wang Manyu, but the first one by a narrow 2-point margin. And what a spectacular finish to game one.
It really was spectacular. I mean, the shots from both the players, sometimes just controlling the points, but there were a couple of very quick shots from Wang Manyu during that rally. But the consistency from Chen Meng, amazing. And then in the last 2 shots, she just caught Manyu to the backhand side.
And you can see her feet here. This is Chen Meng, never coming to rest, constantly rebalancing. So as she hydrates, we can take a moment to simply reflect. Reminder, no coaches in the corners of the court, because while normally they would have the coaches, they're both representing China. Charging Chen, or charging Chen as in Chen Meng. Well, I'll tell you something, she's definitely staying near the table, and in terms of charging, she's on the attack throughout.
Yeah, she stayed closer to the table more than Wang Manyu did, and a couple of times that she was behind, just like in this point, she still managed to play some great forehand topspins and get back into the rally.
8-7.
Yeah, she seemed very, I'd say, decisive about when she wanted to push, and her placement was always very clear and specific. The recovery is so important for both of these women, just how quickly they get back into position. And Chen Meng always seems to be in position, and even when it looks like she might be off balance, she's still able to generate good amounts of topspin and keep the pressure on.
Second game, Chen to serve. Love all. Love 1.
Good start here for Wang Manyu to get the first point on the board, especially on the receive.
A deep push to Wang Manyu's backhand this time from Chen Meng. It's really tough when the ball is played deep to the backhand to play that backhand topspin well enough sometimes.
One all. One, two.
Backhand topspin from Chen Meng this time. The forehand one and then the backhand one was played so deep to Wang Manyu's backhand.
She does a good job of covering the elbow there. She's very quick and decisive to get in position. Now both of these women are going to take their time between points. They need to be so clear on their tactics from the start. Good serve here, tight inside the table, tempting Chen Meng to take that opening attack, but not a lot of margin for error on this one.
Slight side spin on the ball, and Chen Meng just played the faster forehand topspin. So many times you see the ball slip the net, go out. So little margin for error in this game.
2-all.
Wang Manyu with her hand up says, give me a moment. Need to be ready before we get into the point. Good length on the push here from Manyu right off the bounce. Not leaving a lot of time for Chen Meng to react. The longer she waits to play the push, the more in control, the more confident Chen Meng will be about what she wants to do. Surprise parallel backhand. It catches Wang Manyu on one foot trying to cover. Okay, we've got Edwin Tong, we've got Petra Serling here. Edwin Tong is the Minister of Culture, Community and Youth in Singapore. Petra Serling, ITTF Group President. Also, strong table tennis player herself.
3-all.
With that setup, Wang Manyu so solid off the bounce with the backhands, but as soon as it comes in deep to the forehand, you could see she had to take it a bit later. It cost her some time.
Yeah, but what reaction from Chen Meng. Playing so well from both the flanks. Forehand, backhand, forehand again. Twice she was at full stretch.
Spin comes in, power comes back, but it's deflected once again. Wang Manyu recovering. Now, as a taller player with longer strokes, it takes her a little bit more time to play that forehand. I feel like Chen Meng has really created a tight game that shorter strokes comes back into position very quickly. That was incredibly unusual. The type of ball someone would play almost if they were saying let.
Yeah, there was so much of spin on this ball. Though it was high, you see how difficult Chen Meng found it to block the ball back into play?
Completely changed the timing of the rally. A lot going on in this point. Chen Meng absorbing the power early on and regaining control of the points.
She was away from the table, but you see slowly how she started stepping in because she wanted to take control of the rally. So many shots played to the backhand. Both the players counter-attacking with their backhand.
Right, I think it's a good time to talk about the fact that in the women's game, they can move fast. They're trying to play the backhand because it's such an efficient stroke. Once it gets into the forehand counters, they'll be running all over the court, deep from the table. A good opening here. Wang Manyu loads it up with spin. 1 point in front now.
It just shows that it's not only about pace in this game. So much of spin on that backhand from Manyu.
That's the placement, gets Chen Meng to turn. It's been very difficult for her to play a ball to the elbow that Chen Meng turns to play the forehand with, but she moves it just a little bit more towards the forehand side after this opening.
An excellent shot down the center of the table by Wang Manyu. First time we've seen her take a 2-point lead in this match.
5-7.
Gutsy long serve right at the baseline to get quickly in on the rally. It's an aggressive opening and only a third ball needed.
Yeah, she knows that the return from Wang Manyu can't be played with too much of pace. All she could do was just spin the ball and, well, Chen Meng was so ready for that forehand.
What coverage once again. She stepped around the backhand corner to play the forehand, and then again, in no time, the forehand from the exact opposite corner of the table.
Yeah, she almost tripped, I think. I think she wasn't in a good position after that, but that stretch to the extreme forehand was amazing.
Top edge of the racket here for Manyu in the rally. They're going point for point. I mean, it's the same game number one. They were back and forth. There was a big deficit before, but streaky rallies, I feel like they're getting more honed in now. At this rate, by game 7 in theory, I mean, we're just going to be having rallies of the year.
Good third ball attack from Wang Manyu. Chen Meng's push was deep to the table, but Manyu was ready for that backhand.
Oh, no chance on this one. Hung out to dry. A bait pulls her in and then completely just takes her away from this point. Step around from the backhand corner, opposite and side spin to add some interest to it and bend.
8-9, play please.
What a shot that was from Wang Manyu. So ready for that inside-out forehand topspin that Chen Meng played.
Crowd likes it. Oh, back edge of the table, Wang Manyu. That is fair play. Tough to hear because the crowd was oohing and awing. What an escape in a moment like this. Wow. So Wang Manyu with 2 game points here. The opposite of game number 1.
Yeah, and she's got 2 serves to come. She was down 7-8 and she's won 3 points in a row.
10-8.
From a service standpoint, Chen Meng has used long serves very effectively. We'll see if Wang Manyu is able to set up a 3rd ball here. No need.
11-8.
That is
Second
it
game
at
to
the
Wang.
first opportunity here. 11-8 Wang Manyu, more than evening the score. In terms of games, it's dead even. And they clean the rackets here. And they'll go back to their corners to hydrate and get ready. In case you're wondering, they are cleaning the rackets. When they breathe on it, you'll see this at the top level from many players to make sure that they have full traction, but they're I would say absolutely going to need it. The amount of wear and tear that the rubber is going to go through in this marathon match that's only just begun. I mean, anything's possible. Could be 3 in a row for one of the players right now. But a little look at Wang Manyu's winners here.
Amazing play from Wang in this game. She came down from 7-8 down to win 4 points in a row. And she's level again. She's just trying to get Chen Meng away from the table if she possibly can. And she's staying in the attacking mode, as both players are. I think they both need to be attacking first if they possibly can. That reaction on the block from Manyu was amazing.
You can see it's a packed house here tonight in the Infinity Arena. You should have seen the line outside. You know, from the merch store to the fan zone and everything else, it's only been getting busier and busier every day. And you can see the ads around the city. But it's the talk of the town right now. No matter where you go in Singapore, you can see signs about the Singapore Smash. From what I understand, this might be the type of thing that happens on the regular here in Singapore. So fans already asking those who couldn't get tickets about next year's event, what's happening? That said, it's only game 3 of the women's singles final, and it's a best of 7. So the first player to get 4 games wins. Little table maintenance here on Manyu's side.
Third game, Wang to serve, love all. Love 1.
Chen Meng's so quick. I mean, how many times have we seen her just change it up and go parallel for a win? She doesn't take much time to come down. The shot before, she's moving and playing the shot at the same time and still lands in position. A little bit more heat here coming in. Wang Manyu tries to take the reins here from the start of the point.
Yeah, she's upped the pace on that shot, has Manyu.
And a good angle early in the rally. Covers the middle with the forehand, turning and really committing to this. There was little to no hesitation on Wang Manyu's side.
An excellent backhand topspin first, and then followed up with the forehand.
It's interesting, we talked about how aggressive they are. We do see some of the most aggressive players in the world using touch play inside the table very well. In the receive here, that serve was so low to the net, perfectly placed. mean, Wang Manyu didn't have too many options there on the receive. But the kick here, this one a bit more shallow, closer to the net. So by the time it reached Chen Meng, it was much higher, around shoulder height, and tough to stay on top of.
Yeah, a lot of spin on this ball from Wang Manyu. Really stood up, and it was actually an awkward ball for her to play herself, which was off the body. But she played it really well.
Now, I'll be curious, the world rankings, you know, I follow the world rankings on worldtabletennis.com just to see, they're changing all the time. And with the new structure, this is worth as much as the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games was the most valuable thing you could win. And now, a Grand Smash, which should come up 4 times a year, that's the hope. Quite valuable. Here's a look at the women's singles world rankings. Sunying Sha was knocked out by world number 4, Wang Manyu. And we'll check it out more later. Just a little teaser to wet the taste buds here.
3-4.
So neither of these players right now in number 1. Wang Manyu, her best world ranking was 2. But if she wins this, I'm sure we'll get some word on that, where she'll end up. But you should look for yourself. It's quite exciting to see. There's a lot of movement and instability in the world rankings right now because there's so much up for grabs. And tournaments, well, or events rather, are quite sparing during these trying times, but this is the best one I've seen.
The backhand open from Wang Manyu play to the body of Chen Meng. She takes a 2-point lead and 2 serves to come.
Takes this one, it's a bit inside the baseline, so she's got her angle and does a good job of catching it while it's high.
Great serve from Manyu. Such a good shot, and she gets the high return that she wants. Very, very good third ball attack.
Merciless pinning on that forehand. 3 shots in a row from the backhand, and forehand shots. Chen Meng will not let off Wang Manyu's forehand in this rally. Just the opening to the backhand, and that's it.
A couple of times we saw Manyu at full stretch there, trying to return the balls, and she did get them back. But the third topspin into the net. Chen Meng 2 points behind at 4-6. First time we've seen that on the service return from Wang Manyu. Trying to take the ball from her extreme forehand with the backhand side.
Yeah, that banana flick to Chiquita getting more and more common. To get in there quick, you can generate more spin with the backhand over the table, so you can be more aggressive with it. You could feel Chen Meng starting to move back into the table, but cautiously. It's very interesting to see how they sort of seize the space and the opportunity right near the baseline. Can you talk to us a little bit about the advantages of taking the ball earlier or staying close to the table?
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. I think even the game of table tennis has changed. When we used to play, we used to have a lot more backswing and follow through. But now with the modern game, they're shorter backswings, shorter follow throughs, but they're generating as much pace as they can. But when you fall away from the table, when you get behind, there's so much angle to cover, so that makes it very difficult.
So right out of the second towel break, tied up at 6 points apiece. It's the world champion, world number 4, Wang Manyu with the serves. Quick backhand exchange, but it's Chen Meng slightly closer to the table than her opponent, giving her a bit of control. She's really so solid, again, generates a good amount of power with short strokes and is able to recover. It's a very tight, compact game, very efficient, Chen Meng. Good testing here, dangerous shot near the line as Wang Manyu takes a risk Just really looking for that wide angle and sending Chen Meng on the run.
The extreme backhand shot from Chen Meng was the problem. She did play the ball down the line, but Wang Manyu was right there to play the next shot. Every game has been so close up till now.
Chen Meng has been more effective at hitting that middle. Now, when you are playing a taller player, there's a bigger middle section. And if you're newer to table tennis, we call the middle the area where a player can't decide, should I use my backhand or my forehand? And in that time while they're deciding, it costs them valuable time because the shot is no longer as easy an opportunity from farther away.
Ooh, so much of spin on that backhand from Manyu. And Chen Meng, you can see her just trying to replay that shot, trying to get it back.
Such a game of rhythm, and this one arcs up, changing the timing. Different trajectory here. Well played by Wang Manyu. Sneaks in and steals this one.
I was just going to say, we haven't seen too many winners in this game. Most of them have been rally points and then somebody missing, like a block or something. But this is the first winner, and outright winner from Chen Meng on the return of serve.
Oh, well, if you were going to say that, I hope you're about to say we don't see too many backflip backhands around the net. Stay with us to see if the prophecy is fulfilled. Top edge of the racket, that compact, speedy game. It is 2 game points for Chen Meng.
Very, very quick backhands from Chen Meng this time. 1 step away from the table, but you see the backhands that she plays this time. Not much spin, more speed.
10-8. Let 10-8.
A bit of that spin coming back. You know, it's interesting, that serve setup that we saw, the pendulum serve from the forehand cross court is incredibly unusual, but it's not the first time this event that I've seen Chen Meng use that serve effectively. Here it didn't get her the point, but she says, nah, not for me. That's not the way I do it. Chen Meng doesn't do that. Game point saved, 1 more to go for Chen Meng on her second serve here. And this time she takes care of business. That little talk she had with herself. This is the reason why she ends up holding the gold medals and the flowers. But here we've got incredible trophies. So another game decided by 2 points. It's a 2-1 lead for the world number 2, Chen Meng. Still stretching it out again. This is the last match of the event. A little bit of potassium never hurt nobody. She had a whole bunch there. Whoa, snapped in half. That's a fascinating way to open it. Big Dream, that's her nickname in Chinese. Chen Meng's nickname, Da Meng, meaning big dream. Well, no question, she's got some big dreams and she's fulfilled a lot of them already. But not yet the Singapore Smash champion. She would be the first ever, and there will only be one in the history of any of the Grand Smashes to be the first. Only one person can do that, and it will not be the world number 1, Sun-Ying Xia. This is world rank 2 versus world rank number 4. Mima Ito knocked out earlier on by Yuen Jianan of France. Wang Yidi put on a good fight, but revenge was taken as Chen Meng came on through to beat Wang Yidi. Hina Hayata you might have seen in the women's doubles final, but in singles knocked out a bit earlier, and same with Duhoi Kem Baby Shark. Kazumi Ishikawa, the big sister for the Japanese team, in the 8th spot. Feng Tianwei with a tough opening round matchup, world number 9. And world number 10, Jun Ji-hee of Korea, one of the last few foreigners, meaning non-Chinese national team players, to beat Chen Meng. So a lot of skill in the top 10. But we're looking at world number 4 on the right in red, Wang Manyu versus world number 2, Big Dream, Da Meng, Chen Meng.
Fourth game, Chen to serve. Love all.
So a 2-1 lead for Chen Meng. Serves on her side to start. See if she can break away here. Wang Manyu is going to be fighting to level out the score. Very fluid twist to the waist here. Got a lot of rotation on this ball to play the line.
Yeah, a couple of times we've seen Wang Manyu move to the extreme backhand. Not that many times in this match so far, but I think she's going to have to take her chances against Chen Meng.
Plot twist, anybody? Who was in control? For a moment, it would look like one had taken the other completely out of position and then was back in it. I mean, this one really just had so many chapters within this individual point.
Yeah, so many times we had Chen Meng stretch to the extreme forehand, but she just hung in there. She did not fall away from the table, and that's what won her the point.
It's not too common for us to see Chen Meng with the racket head straight up, the backhand side out in front of the elbow. Perfect placement from Wang Manyu to get that hesitation, the indecision.
One, three.
Now you can feel how big that point was for Wang Manyu. Every once in a while you feel like you know you're in a bit of danger here. You've given the first attack to the opponent. It's a little deeper than you want. I feel like those are the ones that we hear a bit more celebration on, where you feel like you were very grateful to escape it successfully.
Two, three.
The backhand counter shot from Manyu into the net.
And there's Xiaojian with Chen Xingtong behind him. Xiaojian, the coach for Wang Manyu, as we saw Ma Lin, Chen Meng's coach earlier on in the audience. Xiaojian, formerly the personal coach for Zhang Jike.
Trying to change direction there was Chen Meng. Wanted to play the ball to the extreme forehand on the third ball. Great backhand flick open. Return from Wang Manyu.
It's amazing how agile and flexible these players are, because even to go for that last shot, I mean, there's no way. It's just such an uncomfortable ball to play. There's no way that I could do it. And obviously, these are two of the best in the world. Look how deep the crowd goes here. That shot was from the very corner of the Infinity Arena. Nice turn from the middle, very quick to cover, and it's pressure on Chen Meng in this rally. Scoreboard for Wang Manyu right now, just halfway through this game potentially. But a bit of an advantage here. Not comfortable against world number 2, but encouraging.
Oh, such a good shot that was down the line from Chen Meng.
How does she know? I mean, Wang Manyu makes such a compact backhand. The second one, look how compact her second backhand was, and still that should give her even more time to react and be in position, and Chen Meng manages to surprise. That service placement. I mean, I can't think of who else is doing this in the game right now. A pendulum serve from the forehand side of the table cross court is very unusual. But it's working out quite nicely for Big Dream out here, Chen Meng. Now, I wonder if the Olympic cycle had much to do with it. I'm sure I could find it on Chinese media, but Chen Meng's jewelry used to be table tennis rackets around her neck, around her wrist, but now it says Meng, Dream. Good reminder to live life to the fullest. These two women here playing for the championship.
6-5.
After 3 points in a row from Chen Meng, a big break here to sort of stop the comeback streak. Remember, this is a player in red, Wang Manyu, who had been beaten 10 times in a row and only once taking it to the deciding game out of all those 10 battles. So Chen Meng has been quite dominant for the last several years.
Oh, what retrieving and returning and defensive play from Manyu. She was a couple of steps away from the table and just kept returning the shots that Chen Meng was throwing at her. It looks like a practice rally from these players. They must have played so many times in addition to those 17 times that they've played in competition.
Right.
They must have spent hours and hours on the table.
There's Fan Zhendong, world #1, warming up with guess who? That's right, Ma Long. World #1, facing camera, and the greatest of all time now facing the camera as well. They're playing the next match, and they're warming up together. But an exciting match on hand here. Chen Meng down 5-7. The timing on this, Chen Meng is able to take the ball so early, and with the forehand stroke, again, a big part of it for me is incredible recovery time. Not a lot of backswing. She drops the racket typically just behind the thigh of the right leg. On the second one, she was setting up for a little bit of higher stroke. But the ball didn't come back to play.
Timeout.
Ooh, timeout now on Wang Manyu's side.
I think that's a very late timeout, as in she was ready to serve almost, and then Manyu calls the timeout.
That's so funny. Yeah, on a very micro level, I understand what you're talking about. I was thinking this is a relatively early timeout in the match, considering that there are no coaches in the corners. But yes, it was. As long as the opponent hasn't served, because there are all these what-if questions, right? What if someone had tossed the ball high? I mean, we saw Yuan Jianan's toss. You could call timeout 3 times between the toss and when she contacts the ball. But fair enough. And I think a sign of maturity, quite frankly. Wang Manyu, 23 years old. We see timeouts taken later when there are no coaches because the players tend to be very much in the zone and focused on the game itself. Not thinking so much like an outsider might, hey, let's have a talk, let's stop the action. So we'll see if this pays off, but what do you think she's going to be telling herself to do here, Varsha?
I think she's just trying to focus on the next serve from Chen Meng. She realizes that this is a game she has to win, otherwise she's going to go 1-3 down. So she just wants to kind of make Chen Meng wait and think about her shots, and she just wants to get a good return in so that Chen Meng cannot play that third ball attack as she did in the last point.
Well, we'll see if she's able to take control early in the rally here. Look at the Infinity Arena. This stadium packed with fans.
6-7.
So still 1 point in front. No timeouts left for Wang Manyu. Each player is allowed 1 timeout per match.
Oh, what a good shot that was. I mean, the backhand open from Wang Manyu. She played a good open, but such a good shot from Chen Meng. I mean, cross-court winner.
Yeah, that's not an easy ball to play. It's not the lowest shot, but it didn't sit up either. I mean, she played a Chiquita. Heavy side spin, not too high over the net. Chen Meng making the most of a very difficult opportunity. But that extra top spin on it, it is Chen Meng with more pace. I mean, how many times, if we had to count how many times Wang Manyu has had the ball come into the edge of her racket off of Chen Meng's spin, I just think it's far more than the other way around. On occasion, there have been some high-kicking, spinny ones from Wang Manyu. But the quality of Chen Meng's shot, I mean, It's a big part of the reason she sat at world #1 for quite some time. What a counter here, quick with the racket up high. Chen Meng in position like she knows before you do.
Oh yeah, I mean, they've practiced so many hours together. I mean, Chen Meng knows that this forehand here is going to go to her extreme forehand. She's ready for it. The timeout has not worked for Wang Manyu. She's lost 3 points in a row after that.
It's a rough way to come out of a timeout. 2-point lead here for Chen Meng from down 5-7. That's 4 in a row. And right into the body, the streak continues. Chen Meng is 1 point away from getting her revenge. And by getting her revenge, I mean setting this up with the 3-1 lead in a best-of-7 match. That was a body shot in every sense. If she goes up 3-1, it is going to be very challenging. Even more for Wang Manyu than it has been. And the forehands finally come to a finish. Wang Manyu playing the wall in this rally. I mean, that's such a, I feel like it's such a thinker's game, like a standstill. Wang Manyu refuses to back off the table, and Chen Meng simply can't make her way back in this rally. As soon as Chen Meng starts to move back in, and it takes a lot of precision from Wang Manyu here to keep Chen Meng off of the big attack.
Yeah.
I think timeout on Chen Meng's side now. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, she also knows that this is such an important game for her to win. She does not want to lose the grasp of this game right here because, I mean, in the last rally, we saw her playing so consistently. She was hoping that Manyu would make the mistake and she would win the game, but Manyu just kept blocking the balls back. I think she played about 5 or 6 topspins in a row, did Chen Meng, but could not win the point, but that's fine. She's still got 2 game points to come.
Deep in thought here. I just feel like there's so much to think about. Again, like a chess match at high speed out here. These players have so many tactics to consider, so many different factors with every single shot. And they're thinking moves ahead. They're thinking, if I play the ball here, will it cost her some time to set me up with the next shot? So that last rally was a very unusual rally, but if you think about the variety in rallies we've seen, I mean, we've seen slow spinny shots come back slow and spinny. We've just seen some very interesting points here between 2 of the best in the world.
And I think one of the reasons for that is because of their hours that they've spent practicing against each other, so they know each other's games inside out. So they're anticipating beforehand what the other person is going to play.
We shall see. Back from Chen Meng's timeout, 8-10. What a recovery off the net. Chen Meng with a massive point here sets up a 3-1 lead over Wang Manyu, and the timeout has paid off, but neither player with a lifeline left. Chen Meng now just 1 game away from being the first ever Singapore Smash singles champion. Look at the score line now. It's interesting to see 2 timeouts called so close in time. But again, it's like an auction. I mean, they were bidding on this game, and the price was high, but Chen Meng outbid Wang Manyu here today. Let's see how she's... Okay, this is a bit more traditional, the Banana Open. Second banana in short time, but some rad rallies here. Don't have a cow, man. Right into the body. Yeah, get your rollerblades on, I love it. Here we go. I mean, really, we've talked a lot about the change of pace throughout. They've got power, no question about it, but they're just trying to pinpoint that Achilles heel, whether that's the middle or occasionally a parallel shot out of reach. When's the last time you recall a parallel winner out here, Varsha?
Yeah. As I said before, not too many winners. As in, by outright winners, I mean the opponent does not even touch the ball. So we haven't seen too many outright winners, but what rallies both the players are really at the top of their game right now.
Wang to serve. Love all.
From the start of the match, we had a feeling they might be shaking off the evening dew out here, the evening rust. they've settled in the quality of rallies, best they've been yet.
1-0.
But then, there's also the curse of the commentator factor. One of the shorter rallies out here. Now, you've talked about this quite a bit, how difficult it can be to know exactly how much spin is on it after it comes off the net.
Yeah, that ball just jumped up on Manyu, not able to control her backhand. A player anticipates a shot that the opponent is going to throw at her, and as soon as the ball hits the net, there's a complete, sometimes, change in direction, change in speed.
Let 2-1.
I enjoy watching this point very much for many reasons. There's just a sense of danger as Wang Manyu goes down the middle of the table and the ball quickly comes back to the corner. Had it come down, there's a lot of question as to if it would have been returned, but we've seen Wang Manyu with the wingspan keep it in play. The rallies just keep getting longer. Good pressure here, and the placement just perfect to that deep backhand.
Yeah, starting with the inside-out forehand topspin, and it just continues playing to Chen Meng's backhand. Two great shots. They were played very deep. You saw how far Chen Meng had to stretch to try and return that ball.
Let 3-2.
And a bit of surprise here. Wang Manyu caught off guard with this ball coming down right at the baseline. The timings have changed up so much. I mean, we've seen a few points now where the players have been caught off guard by simply the change in timing and trajectory.
2 points in a row consecutively played to Manyu's forehand, the down-the-line shots. I mean, it's not often that you see a player play 2 consecutive shots down the line. And that's what Chen Meng did so well there.
Oh, no chance at this one. A little bit off the edge, hence the hand raised to acknowledge a little fortune, but that ball wasn't coming back anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, think about where that was aimed.
Yeah. She's really using her serve so well. She's getting so many third ball attacks.
Now, this feels like a shot that probably 90% of the time or more Chen Meng puts into play. But Wang Manyu keeping some quality on the ball, making it jump up into that middle to put pressure on. Dead even here at 4 points apiece in game number 5. Wang Manyu in a must-win for every game here on out.
5-4.
While Chen Meng has a little bit of wiggle room and comfort, that cushion of a 2-game lead, she's not going to want to give Manyu any motivation or extra sort of confidence coming forward, any momentum.
Let 5-4.
Turns hard on this one.
4-6.
2 third ball attacks we see from Manyu, using her serve well. And we've also now starting to see her move to her extreme backhand side. So far during the game, she's been staying center of the table and playing many shots with the backhand. But she has to really go for it now. And we might see some more shots played from her extreme backhand corner. I meant forehand shots from the extreme backhand corner.
No, right. That's a good point that you make. I think her forehand is without a doubt her more dangerous weapon. She's more fluid. She's got more racket speed there. Wang Manyu with just a little room here to take the opening. I mean, Chen Meng has been very effective in that serve when it's slightly shorter. There it was slightly shorter, but Wang Manyu with the good touch off the bounce. 4 points in a row from 4 apiece. This is a good run from Wang Manyu.
Yeah, I think this is the maximum she's led during this match by 4 points.
I feel like she's getting faster in the recovery from her forehand. When we watch the follow through, she stops the racket a little bit earlier than before to pull back and set up to play again. And that's going to be a key ingredient for me in how effective Wang Manyu is winning points with that forehand.
So a shorter backswing and a shorter follow through to get her in good position for the next shot.
That's right. Doesn't have to be one ball necessarily. Sometimes it'll take a few. But it's going to be with the forehand more than the backhand from Wang Manyu in general. Outright service point here for a 5-point lead. I feel like she's got some boldness now. She seems to be empowered and she seems to be fearless. Fast, long serve. She's not always going to be able to depend on a 9-4 lead when taking these chances. But she's got 6 game points now, Wang Manyu. Oh, that backhand.
5-10.
What are you thinking, Varsha?
I'm thinking you play that shot when you're down by 6 points. 6 game points. That's when you really go for your shots and you think, okay, I've got nothing to lose. Let me just go for my shots.
Ooh, the door was open. The door was open. Cleaning her feet at the welcome mat, but deciding not to come in here. Chiquita opening, big shot, all in on that square. And with the open table, Manyu just missing long. So 2 game points saved, but 2 serves back if Wang Manyu needs the second. Will it? It will not. Top edge of the racket, and it is Wang Manyu. Jayo indeed. So a second game here for Wang Manyu. Down still 2-3 in this best of 7, and Chen Meng 1 game away from becoming the first ever women's singles Singapore Smash champion. 11-6. I mean, we haven't had a game that had that much difference between the players yet. Not even close.
Yeah, I think it all started when Manyu was 4-all. I think it was 4-all, and then she just ran away, took 6 points in a row. She played more aggressive table tennis after that, realizing that she had to really put her best foot forward at that time. Otherwise, it was going to be match over, and she's done just that.
So this is what the women are playing for. The beautiful trophies unique to this event, the women's singles champion and the women's singles finalist. But there's no question which one you'd rather take. I mean, they both have the entourage to help with the trophies. That's not going to be an issue. So Chen Meng, I think banana number 3, that was the bunch that we saw. We'll see. A lot of Chiquitas out here. We really don't know the brand, but in table tennis, for those of you newer to the sport, the banana flick, the backhand with side and top spin where you brush inside the ball. It's a very common shot in the game now. There's some really cool technology here, I think a lot of which the world knows about, some of which is being tested. But I can tell you, you have a lot to look forward to in the world of table tennis.
Sixth game, Chen to serve, love all.
So Chen Meng stretches out, gets the close straightened, and moves back over to that forehand for the pendulum serve we've seen time and time again throughout this match. Parallel backhand winner. So smooth, quick, and just done in a flash.
An excellent serve to start with from the extreme forehand, and then look at that down the line shot. Manyu was expecting the ball on a backhand, didn't even make a contact.
You know, the freedom that we saw in the last 2 backhands from Chen Meng was like the one that we saw when you could only take down 4-10. I mean, that backhand, that's the level of looseness right now in the wrist from Chen Meng.
And she's got Manyu thinking already, one going down the line, one going cross court.
Good pressure here, the serve shutting down The Chiquita shutting down the racket speed. Chen Meng caught with a little bit more of a punchy shot that was a bit awkward to play. It's good placement there from Wang Manyu. Second serve, a chance to tie it up. Remember, she dominated last game 11-6. And she needs to win this one here for a chance. Ooh, now shovel serve with some surprise underspin on it.
Chen Meng just trying to play the push return.
Doesn't miss by much. Catches that nice red across the top of the net. Not the first time we've seen her jam up Chen Meng. It's tough because that freedom that we've seen Chen Meng play with, Wang Manyu knows that she needs to surprise Chen Meng or rush her into a shot in the middle to shut down that opening attack. Still haven't seen a ton of short play. Pushes kept short. They get into the rallies quickly. But with the speed of that serve, I mean, can you imagine? It's tough to imagine a soft receive that would be unattackable from that serve. That's the level that Chen Meng brings in the service game.
Wang Manyu just a little bit unlucky there. The ball clips the net and goes out. But a couple of times already in this game, we've seen her play that backhand flick return of serve from her extreme forehand corner.
Smart play. Chen Meng did a good job earlier on in setting up quick third ball attacks, and Wang Manyu also going for the stingy third ball to the deep corner, playing the angles quickly, timing. Ball hadn't even risen yet.
Let's 4-3.
Going to be a tough way to win the point, backing off the table, playing defensively against Chen Meng. Rarely have we seen someone even able to get back in the point from here.
It all started with that backhand punch down the line, caught Wang Manyu a little bit off guard, and then she had to back away from the table.
4 points apiece, same as in last game, but that's when the afterburners were turned on by Wang Manyu.
4-5.
Still a long way to go. Tough to know if the trend will continue, but at least for that 1 point, the pattern has been repeated. Look at that Chiquita to open, right at baseline, and then goes deep to the corner. I feel like her timing, she's getting more fluid now, which is amazing because normally the more intense the match gets, the tighter players tend to get. How much of this do you think is adrenaline? Like the fact that they're able to find some ease and smoothness the later and more intense the match gets?
I think once the players settle down, it's all about how quickly they get into rhythm. In fact, for now, I feel that Chen Meng will be under a lot of pressure because she's lost two big tournaments, in the sense she lost in the World Championship in the semi-finals to Manyu, and she also lost in the semi-finals of the WTT Cup Finals in Singapore in December. So this is such a big event for her to prove that she's still there and she can still compete amongst the best in the world.
Well, the pattern has already changed, but this was quite a save from Wang Manyu behind the table, withstands one of the big shots. High arcing. That one right there, a save. It comes down off the top of the net, which completely changes the rhythm, hence that hand of acknowledgement.
Extreme forehand. The shot that she received from the extreme forehand was so good, got her back in play, and then the down the line shot. So many times we've seen her play this down the line shot and catch Manyu a little bit off guard.
Regardless of who wins this, it's nice to see the scores nice and level here. Chen Meng making her way back in. Surprise, surprise, after all those shots. I mean, we saw this played with the other cast, where the blocking role was played by the actress known as Wang Manyu, but in this one, the attacker from behind the table, just like Chen Meng was before, is Wang Manyu. And that last one on the parallel, that's the one that finally causes the trouble. This is what the footwork looks like when a player really has to cover that backhand corner. Quick, explosive twists, but not overcommitting, so she keeps her balance. The first time I can recall seeing a short receive and fortune the other way. Chen Meng getting the net and Wang Manyu with no chance gives everything. Look one more time.
Did you see the spin on the ball, the underspin on the ball, which hit the net, and it was actually coming backwards towards Chen Meng's side of the table almost.
Running away from Wang Manyu to make it that much more difficult to reach. Two big serves here, nothing between them, 7 points each as Wang Manyu cleans the moisture off the racket.
More spin on the backhand this time from Manyu, taking the ball off her body. This one right here, so good. Brushing against the ball just to create that little bit of extra spin.
That's the one. Authoritative backhand. I don't know if you can hear me smiling at the quality of points here. Probably not. But it's just so exciting to know that there is so much on the line, and still the players individually are able to rise above and step it up to just not only level but take a lead. Wang Manyu up by 2. Two big serves now, back again. Chen Meng does not want to go into game 7 with momentum on Manyu's side. But it's 3 game points for Wang Manyu on the receive here. The backhand on the forehand side, she has been looking, just chiseling away, looking for answers to cause any form of discomfort for Chen Meng. And it's been tough to find, but late in this match, she's starting to find some. That is too fast. That's it. She plays it down the line, and as fast as Wang Manyu is, and with the wingspan that she has, Chen Meng allows no time. Still about halfway up, right to the corner, the finishing touch. We've seen some big shots out of Chen Meng against game points. There are 2 more here for Wang Manyu, and she's got the serves to set up the third ball should she need it. Just missing the back edge. Not by a lot. I saw Wang Manyu raise her hand, and I was almost wondering, did I not hear it again?
Yeah, she took so many balls off her body, played so well down the line. The last one was so close to the edge herself. I think it almost clipped the edge. That's why probably an apology from Chen Meng.
I'm imagining there was something just before, whether it was the top of the net or a shot off the edge of the racket. Something that actually happened from Chen Meng. 2 game points saved. Third one here for Wang Manyu. And she takes it 11-9. We are going to the decider. The women's singles championship battle continues. And in the most thrilling of forms, it is going the distance. You know what to do. Grab those snacks and beverages and tell your friends where they need to be if they are not watching this live right now. They are missing out, and you do not want that. The decider Well now, dogged Wang. Dogged is the word. Consistent, persistent. She does not give up. Look how fast the internet is in terms of vocabulary here and just bulking up. Hope you're playing Wordle. Anyway, there's no question that persistence pays off. If you've seen the back of Zhang Jike, you've probably read his tattoo, persistence. This is the sign of a champion, someone who's willing to continue. Another look at some of the success of Wang here. Wang Manyu with the backhand opening the Chiquita to start on the service as well. That was the one that came down off the top of the net, but a never give up moment. Persistence once again, dogged she is.
She's playing, I think, the shots with a lot more pace, variation in pace as well. But she's definitely playing more aggressively than she did in the first 4 games. She's won the last 2 games 11-6, 11-9. She was so close, in a couple of the earlier games as well, but couldn't close it out. But she has got the momentum now in this deciding 7th game.
Love all.
So here we are, the final game of the final match of the event for the women. We've got only 2 matches today, the men's singles final to follow. But Chen Meng wants to make sure that vision is completely clear, whether it's a flash on a camera or cell phone.
Love all.
Wouldn't be the first time in a very important match that a light came up, got in the eye of a player, and sort of changed the outcome of the match. So they will switch sides when one player reaches 5 points. It's Wang Manyu with the momentum to start off the serves.
Love 1.
Good start for Chen Meng, playing the down the line shot, opening up the table, and then getting Manyu playing 2 backhand shots. The last one, which he misses.
1 all.
It's that discomfort factor. It's not easy to make Chen Meng uncomfortable. But a good shovel serve here, gets a clean opening third ball and a very free backhand. Very sort of loose wrist as she gets the racket speed on that shot to generate heavy spin. Oh, the chase, the patterns are constantly changing. Wang Manyu has to deal with the ball coming behind the body's momentum here and starts to anticipate for a moment that it's going to come back. Watch her recover. Doesn't miss this by a lot.
Yeah, this was a great shot actually from the extreme backhand, but the second one just slightly too wide of her, and she couldn't take it and hit the ball down the line.
Oh, back edge of the table, and Chen Meng on the parallel. Fortune favoring the bold here. She took a gutsy shot in this moment. It paid off.
Yeah, she took one ball which clipped the net, but continued playing again on both flanks. She's just moving Manyu around, one backhand, one forehand. Twice now she's gone for the down the line shot. The ball did clip the edge, but I mean...
The body language said it all.
Yeah, but that was a great shot.
Chen Meng recovered the first net, but Wang Manyu fights through. The persistence factor is high.
So little margin for error in this game, and so many balls clipping the net, clipping the edges as well.
I'm still thinking about that point when they showed Wang Manyu. It's interesting to watch the look, how a player deals with it, how they can swallow the bitter pill of the opponent getting the net in a tight match. But the champions, they know how to put it behind them. A stoicism that says, this isn't in my control. And that's true of the past. So spending time worrying about it, unless you can change it, well, focus on what you can. First towel break here. These are the last-minute preps that the men in the greatest clash of our generation. It's a clash of generations, really, but in the last decade, there has not been a more exciting rivalry in the men's game than those two, Fan Zhendong and Ma Long. That match will follow this, but you are here for the pinnacle of this match, the Women's Singles Championship.
Oh, that serve to the extreme forehand, and then she plays the push to the extreme backhand.
And short. That's only the second time I can recall Wang Manyu doing this, and I don't think it's worked out for her either time. The time before, there was the net ball that came back. So at the 5-point mark here, they'll switch sides of the table to make sure that they have a pretty equal amount of time on each half of the table throughout this long-distance match. What I wonder is, Varsha, the fact that we've seen Chen Meng serving from here, they practice with each other all the time. They've played with each other more than probably almost anyone in the world. How much do you think Chen Meng has prepared, thinking, I want to show her something she's never seen before when we get to this match?
I'm sure. I mean, players are not going to reveal all their strokes, all their serves that they have during practice sessions. You have to keep something for the match, for big moments like this. And Chen Meng, I think, has shown that she has a different array of shots and serves, and she's really troubled Wang Manyu.
So quite a separation between the two on the scoreboard. Now a 5-point lead for Chen Meng. A lot of work for 1 point. We saw a change up on the serve. Wang Manyu starting with the backhand serve. There was a part of me that felt concerned for her because Chen Meng hasn't been bothered by much in terms of service changes.
7-3.
But we just spoke about it. I think maybe she has some serves up her sleeve, which she has not shown us yet. And she might come up with that in the end of this game.
4 points between them now, 7 serving 3. The extra effort, we heard the grunt from Wang Manyu going to the length of the table, a secure spinny shot. Remember, they have both used their timeouts, so while I'm sure both players would love to have one, and right about now, Chen Meng would probably call one if she had it.
2 quality shots from the extreme forehand from Manyu.
This is the sprint at the end of the race here.
7-4.
The end of the marathon. It's gone the entire distance, 7 games. In a best-of-7 match. Caught in between, she brought her back to the backhand, and surprise placement, Chen Meng with a massive point. So instead of 2 points between them, it's a 4-point lead for the world number 2 at the second towel break.
It was such a brave serve from Chen Meng. She served long. Wang Manyu actually played the first attacking shot on the return of serve. But Chen Meng was up for it. She anticipated the ball to be played cross-court, and a fantastic rally between the players at this stage.
It's funny, some of the most studied matches in modern history, namely Ma Long and Fan Zhendong 2017 World Championships, Ma Long gave the attack to Fan Zhendong more and won the points. Points that we live for. These are the points that make Chen Meng unstoppable for a good portion of her career. I mean, how hard was Wang Manyu working to try to get back in? It was a constant chase.
Yeah, she was always on the defensive in that shot, and she's out of breath. But look at the footwork. Forehand, backhand. She's moved once to the extreme backhand as well. But at full stretch on the extreme backhand. I mean, amazing, amazing shots.
One small step in the right direction, but it is a long journey to get to where she's trying to go. Wang Manyu down 5-9 now. I'm still thinking about that replay they show. If you think about how far apart their feet are right now, even standing like that, if you're at home right now, next time they have a break, just try standing like that and see how comfortable it is. Let alone springing off each foot shot after shot in real time, not knowing where the ball is going to go. Slow and spinny, but it's countered back. Wang Manyu in perfect position. A big save right now. Clutch point. But I guess everything will be from down 4-9 in the decider.
She got the third ball that she wanted. Chen Meng, she played a good forehand topspin, but a quick reaction from Manyu, and Chen Meng has one more serve to come.
This, I mean, nerves. Where can you catch a break right now? I don't think there's just normal heart rate in this stadium anywhere watching this, and Chen Meng as close as can be from 9-4 up. This is danger zone. Wang Manyu.
7-9.
2 points between them now. And serves with Wang Manyu. This is brilliant play. This is world class and then some. Wang Manyu took a little bit off a forehand because she knew if she hit it as hard as she could, she would have been out of position. I'll see, it might have happened earlier. Yes, it was earlier in this rally. Wang Manyu on the backhand corner took a short forehand stroke because she needed to stay in position, and it saved her the point. This is Einstein IQ out here on the table. Top of the net and out, and it is 2 championship points for Chen Meng. It is not over yet, but the streak has been broken in a crucial moment. Wang Manyu set herself up with a good opportunity here and came quite close to capturing.
Oh yeah, this was such a good forehand topspin played by Manyu, just clipping the net, going long. And what a reaction from Chen Meng. More of relief. So many times, even in the previous points, we saw the ball clipping the net, such little margin for error. And 2 match points on her serve for Chen Meng.
Singapore smash. Your Highness, Chen Meng has taken the title over Wang Manyu in style out here. From 9-4 up, the comeback was real. It was clear and present danger, but it has been eliminated. Your Olympic gold medalist is also the first ever Singapore smash women's singles champion. Big dream, dreams being fulfilled. World number 2, maybe not for long. This is a valuable win, and Chen Meng thrills the crowd here. What a way to finish this marathon match.
An amazing performance from the former world number 2, but she just played such a tight 7th game. I mean, it looked like Wang Manyu was going to close in. She was from 4-9 down, but Chen Meng just held her nerve, and the last serve, the short serve to the extreme forehand, we've seen so often. And an amazing win, a very, very deserving smash champion.